Most people think calm money comes from earning a lot more, but that is only half true. The calmer people usually have something less dramatic, a few rules that make decisions before emotions get loud. A rule is powerful because it saves you from negotiating with yourself in the most expensive moments. When the rule is already chosen, the hard part is not repeated every single day. So in this video, we are going through 9 quiet money rules that financially calm people use every week. None of them require a perfect salary, and none of them require you to become a spreadsheet person overnight. They are small enough to actually use, but strong enough to change how money feels. The point is not to look rich. The point is to feel less trapped by ordinary choices. Rule 1. Make the invisible visible. Money stress often begins as a feeling, but it becomes fixable when you can point to the leak. Financially calm people do not track every penny forever because they enjoy punishment. They track long enough to find the few places where money leaves without giving much life back. That might be delivery fees, late-night shopping and used subscriptions, or tiny convenience purchases that never feel tiny together. The improvement is not shame. The improvement is visibility. For 1 week, write down every purchase the moment it happens, even if it is boring. At the end, circle only the spending that felt automatic and forgettable. That is your first quiet win because the easiest money to keep is the money you barely enjoyed spending. You are not cutting your life smaller. You are cutting the leaks that never made it bigger. Rule 2. Separate today money from future money before the week begins. A checking account can lie to you because it makes every dollar look available. If rent, savings, taxes, insurance, and next month's bills are all sitting in one pile, your brain treats the pile as spendable. Calm people create distance between money that can be touched and money that already has a job. The simplest version is 2 buckets: weekly spending and protected money. Your weekly spending bucket is for food, gas, small fun, and normal life. Protected money is for the bills, savings, and future obligations that should not be negotiated at the checkout line. Once the week starts, you spend from the small bucket, not from the whole ocean. This does not magically create more income, but it stops fake abundance from creating real regret. The calmer your money is arranged, the less willpower you need to protect it. Rule 3. Add a waiting period to every upgrade. Upgrades are tricky because they usually sound reasonable. A better chair, a nicer phone, a bigger apartment, a newer car, each one can be defended alone. The problem is not one upgrade. The problem is upgrades stacking faster than your piece can catch up. Financially calm people slow the moment down. They use a 24-hour wait for small wants, a 7-day wait for medium purchases, and a 30-day wait for lifestyle upgrades. During the wait, they ask one question: will this still matter after the excitement fades? If the answer stays yes, the purchase becomes calmer. If the answer becomes no, the waiting period just paid you. This rule protects you from buying the feeling and then having to live with the bill. The delay is not denial. It is a chance for the real value to show itself. Rule 4. Keep fixed costs boring on purpose. The fastest way to make a good income feel small is to let fixed costs become impressive. A fixed cost is any payment that returns every month whether your energy is high or low. When those payments are too heavy, every month starts with less oxygen. Calm people are not always minimalists, but they are careful about commitments that repeat. They would rather have a normal apartment and options than a perfect apartment and panic. They would rather drive a boring car and sleep well than drive a status symbol that sends a bill every morning. Before taking on a fixed cost, they test the payment for 90 days by pretending it already exists. If life feels tight during the test, the real commitment will not feel easier. The rule is simple: never let a monthly payment become the boss of your future self. A boring fixed cost can be one of the most luxurious things you own. Rule 5. Do not confuse affordable with repeatable. Affordable usually means you can pay for it once. Repeatable means you can keep paying for the habit without squeezing the rest of your life. Many financial problems hide inside purchases that are individually reasonable. 1 dinner out is fine. 3 dinners a week may become a lifestyle payment. 1 subscription is fine. 10 subscriptions can become rent for entertainment you barely notice. Calm people ask a better question. If I do this every month, is it still small? That question turns a price into a pattern. And patterns are what build or drain financial peace. You do not have to reject every small pleasure. You just have to notice which pleasures are asking to become monthly employees. Rule 6. Buy options, not just promises. A lot of spending promises a better version of you. A course promises confidence. A gadget promises productivity. A new outfit promises a new identity. Sometimes those things help, but calm people separate promises from options. An option gives you more room to choose later. Cash gives you options. Low debt gives you options. Skills give you options. A smaller lifestyle gives you options. Before a purchase, ask whether it opens future choices or closes them. A purchase that makes your calendar tighter may not be cheap, even if the payment looks small. A boring savings transfer may feel small, but it quietly buys future choices. This rule changes the emotional question from "can I have it" to "what does it cost my future choices?" That is where money starts becoming freedom instead of just permission to consume. Rule 7. Keep a boring buffer that you do not turn into a shopping fund. Emergency money is easy to respect when the emergency is dramatic. It is harder to respect when life is normal and a sale looks exciting. That is why calm people give the buffer a boring job description. It is not for upgrades, gifts, vacations, or proving you are doing well. It is for keeping a normal problem from becoming a financial spiral. Start with a tiny target if you need to, $500, then 1 month, then 3 months. The amount matters, but the boundary matters just as much. When the buffer has a boundary, you stop rating your own calm. The buffer is not there to impress anyone. It is there so a bad Tuesday does not become a bad year. Rule 8. Automate the decision you want to make when you are tired. The best money system is not the one you admire on a perfect Sunday. It is the one that still works on a chaotic Thursday. Calm people automate anything that is too important to depend on mood. Savings transfers, bill payments, debt payments, investment contributions. They happen before the money gets lonely in checking. Automation does not remove responsibility. It removes the daily invitation to argue with yourself. If you are just starting, automate one small transfer the day after income arrives. Make it small enough that it will survive a messy month. Then increase it only when the old amount has become boring. Boring is often the sound of a system finally working. Rule 9. Review your identity, not just your numbers. A budget can tell you where money went, but your identity explains why it wanted to go there. Some spending says I deserve comfort because I am tired. Some spending says I need proof that I am keeping up. Some saving says I am building a life that gives me room to breathe. Financially calm people do not review money only to accuse themselves. They review it to understand the story their choices are trying to tell. Once a week, ask what spending felt like relief, what saving felt like freedom, and what choice you want to repeat. That review turns money from a report card into a conversation. When the rules are visible, you do not have to rebuild your whole money life from scratch. You simply give the next ordinary decision a better path to follow. If you use only one of these rules this week, choose the one that lowers the most friction. Calm money is not built by one huge decision. It is built by removing one repeated argument at a time. And when fewer decisions become emergencies, your money finally starts to feel like something that works with you.